Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Aldo's. We're on the stage now with the Ford Ranger. It's got the hole in the block, the porous engine block. So I've started machining the liner to suit, and we're taking a tooth-out cut. So we're going now. Gauge the feet. And we're going. Colchester lathe. The student. Quite a handy little machine. A little bit short on the bed length. You have a taper turning attachment at the back, so that's quite handy. And we're going. Taking a tooth-out cut, finishing cut, last cut to size. That's my dust collector. We don't get the cast iron on the bed, otherwise it will chew up the machine. This is the next one that's going on. This is the liner for the Land Cruiser Toyota 18Z. So we're going to do the same thing with that one. We're going to machine the outside of it. We use 4-jaw chucks. I only use 3-jaw chucks on the small machine. Don't trust them. When you've got a 4-jaw, you can clamp it and you can set it 100%. I'll show you the next. And we've got these 3 cylinder heads that come in. This one we've got to machine where the exhaust manifold goes onto. This one here is now running. We've ground this head. And we're getting ready to put the next one on. There's the thing there. Cleaning it up. So that one's come out nice. And then this one here, I've managed to strip him down. This is the opal. So we're going to put new valves in there. The bearings for the Toyota, they couldn't get 0.25. So they've managed to get 0.25 on the mains, and the big ends will be on 0.5. Well, these are the mains now. Okay, so mains on 0.5, big ends will be going to 0.25. So I've got to set that crankshaft up, get him grinding. So we're going for it here. This thing here is touching down. Try not to put your hands in there too much. Pause you when we're near the end, put you back on. Alright, we're on this is the Ford Ranger liner. It's now in the Timken machine. We're going to part it off to length. I'll have to put you down a little bit. I've got maybe you can see what I'm doing. You have to see how it goes. coming together, nearly through. And it jammed up a bit. Perfect. Right, parted off, hooked it up a little bit, but not a problem. Going to the next one. So this one is ready. Back on now, we're on the Toyota one. We'll be doing that one. Nearly there, we're going to get up to that line there, and then we're to the length. The tool's a little bit blunt. You can see. Now we'll give it a measurement and see where we are. And then the next head is getting set up on the surface grinder. You can see the dial gauge there. What have we got there? We got to zero that, and then we'll come across, and you got about 2 thou there to shim it up. Good. Right, we're back. We're now pressing the liner in on the Ford Ranger. In another extension. Looking good. A 50-ton jack. My design of a press. These springs are actually from the brakes on a locomotive, on the coaches. They're going in nicely. down. Okay, bottom now. Now we just build the pressure and hold it there. Otherwise you get what they call liner creepage. So as you're pressing that liner in, it is contracting and expanding and contracting and expanding. So when it hits the bottom, if you don't hold it down, it will actually start unwinding itself, if you want to call it unwinding, and it will lift up a minute amount, but it lifts up. Sometimes it's a lot. Like this this Toyota here, the liner dropped, so we have to put another one in. The others have dropped, but not as much. So you've got to hold this thing down for at least 3 to 4 minutes. And then as the liner releases itself and lets out all the stresses inside it, it will stay put and it will not drop again once the engine heats up. Because if you don't do that, this is where we're getting all these jobs with blown head gaskets and whatever you want to call it, because the liners are dropping. We've got a Mazda B2.2 here. We were waiting for the liners to come. I'll show you here. Same thing. We've got the same thing happening here. You can feel those ones are up, and then this one is down. And it's down at least 1/4 of a millimeter. So it wasn't fitted properly. So it's all over. We start again. Right, we've held him down. All should be good. Remove that thing. There she goes. Alright, liner in, sticking up nicely, so when I'm done there I can just trim that down, because we don't want to, we're going to clock this block up 150%, get it all lined up. This head here that we were machining has got an issue, where the head gasket has been biting. Get this thing here to stay. Spine. All these combustion chambers, these things are too deep, so we'll have to take off too much off the head to bring it. So we've got to come up with another plan. Right, and then this one, I'm preparing it now. We're preparing it. We're going to skim the exhaust manifold side. So we got the angle grinder with a wire brush on it just to clean it off a bit, and then we'll clean the other side. Good. Alright. We've got the Ford Ranger. He's done, ready to go to the boring machine. Now we're starting on the Land Cruiser. We got the head on the Lagon milling machine. We're skimming the manifold area. This should be good, coming out nice and straight. Yeah. Maybe we'll have to take another cut. You can see a little bit of a scratch. Scratch going across. I can't see anything now. Where is this thing? Okay, that's a better view. There's a scratch going across from there to there. So we'll take another 3 or 4 thou, clean it up. Alright. Alright, Ford Ranger block on the machine. Okay, we dialed him in. Come around. Zero, zero there. And then we go along. And everything is there. Within 100ths or so. Okay. Right, now we're going to see if we can get this thing here set up. Okay. Try and get you to view. See how we go. Right, we're going to plop this thing, this engine block in. We've got this. This is connected to what they call a coaxial indicator. So it's connected up here. You see the dial gauge moving? Okay. So we now bottom in through the hole. Okay. So now I'm going to maneuver it a little bit here and there by eyesight to start off with. Tough holding it with one hand. Okay. Alright. Now, gauged. So we'll watch the gauge. We know we're on 20 there somewhere. Wasn't too bad. Oh. That's not too bad. So we out this side. We come around. We're there. Now I'm going to bring it back. Somewhere there, close to the 20. Okay, so now we're very close. Well, not close enough, but we are very close. We're within about 400ths of a mil. Alright, so now I'll switch them on. And you can see the gauge. You see how the gauge is going around? And now I'm going to bump it. It gets worse, so we go back the other way. Come this way. Gets worse. Coming in. And basically, I'm bumping these two wheels and trying to get that thing there. Still bumping away. Oops, nearly there. Getting close. A bit difficult. Normally it's much quicker. But because I'm now working this thing here with one hand, there we go. Yeah, within a 1/100th of a mil. Lock it down. Lock the table down with that one, so that won't move anymore. Well, it can still move if you force it, but maybe we can try a little bit better. So I'll put you here. You can watch that there turning, and I'll try and get it. Right. Now we're within 1/100th of a millimeter. It's close enough. Okay. Switch it off. Alright, up we come. Give it a squirt of oil. I always believe that there's never enough oil. Oil is a wonderful thing, stops the thing from wearing out. Okay, right. We've got to take the bore. Here's the spec sheet. The bore diameter is 89.9. So we need to go smaller than that by 5/600ths of a millimeter. So we've got room to finish it off with the hone. So I've set it at 89.7. Okay, now we'll see what happens. So now let's see if we can get you viewing there. Oh, okay, good. Now the tool out. Check. Make sure there's no chips. Look it in. Clamp it down. And let's take a trial cut. Yeah. Let's keep away. Okay, so we're in. Right, so now going down. Okay. Right, so let's light it up. Come down a bit. Get a feel of what's happening. I'm winding it by hand down. Okay. And we have a touchdown. Engage. Feed in. Disengage the feed, switch it off, stop, wind it up, and we can do a measurement. Let's do a measurement, see where we are. Inside my wiggle it around a little bit, get it in, and see where we are. Okay, so 89.75, 75, 10. We need to take out another 10 hundredths of a millimeter. Yeah. Get the micrometer up. Turn it in place. There. Get the tool out. So there. That'll do the job. See what happens. If we go in, okay. Down, take this away. Coming down again. See if we get it right this time. Power on. Feed on. Just taking a light cut. Taking that 10 hundredths. We'll do another measurement, see where we are. Right. So the finished size will be there. So we've got 2,000 or 600, 5 to 600 for hanging. Perfect. Right. We have liftoff. We can go down and do the job. Get it in, light it up, and it's all go. Give it a shot of oil, press the button, let it feed. Right. Right, I'll bring it back. Once we finish that, and then we're going to shave off the top, cut the liner down, put the chamfer in so that the rings can be fitted nicely. And then while this is boring, in the meantime, I'll be setting up the Toyota in this other boring machine. This is the big boy. This is the big Berco. Yeah, she can go quite big. I'll do some big jobs in there. Right, so I'll set this one up and then I'll bring you back. Right, nearly at the end. See the shavings coming down. This one is now clocked, reading 0 everywhere. I think if Berco should have kept this older design of a machine and put it into this little one, the new models, because I still believe this thing here, if they made a smaller version of it, is a magic thing. It is efficient. It has got little features that the other ones don't have, and they should have abandoned this ship and put it all into that, and they would have had some beautiful machines. Not saying that this is not beautiful, but it could have been as good as that one. Anyway, that's me ranting. I don't think anybody from Berco will watch that. Right, so we're now through. We're no more cutting. Yes, it's gone quiet. All right, neutralize it. Stop it. Bring the to my red dot. Now, I've set up the dial bore gauge. So in theory, if I can get it in there, let's see what we got. Look at that. So when we finished, she'll be on the 0. We're now 500ths before. Beautiful. And I'm sure at the top here we'll be a little bit 6 tool expansion heat. We expanded the tool a little bit, so you've got a give and take. So you'll have it slightly bigger at the bottom, 100ths, half a hundredths, depending on the speed that you've been going. If we were going much faster, you would have a bigger, it would be bigger at the bottom, because as you're going, the tool's going to get hot and everything's going to start expanding. So that's why we just go a little bit slower. Okay. Now, we're going to set up. Can you see? Okay. I'm going to put the vacuum tool in. Get it a bit better. And every time I look up, my clean rag disappeared. So then I use my tag. Come in with that. Now, we may need to open this thing up a bit more. What's going on? Take it up another 2 turns. You can place it off. Where we are. Come in a little bit more. Okay, that's good enough. In. Then we're just going by eye. Nothing serious here. What I'm going to do now is we're going to level the top. To the block face. Looks nice. Alright. Light it up. Come down. You can see. And I've got this little feeler gauge which I will be putting over here, so when I'm close it's going to hit that and show me the way. And then we'll gently bring it in till it's practically flush. Neutralize it. And you see, can you guys see? You can't see what's going on. Okay. But we don't want to be skimming this block. It's already been skimmed, so we are making sure that everything is perpendicular and as close as we can get it. Okay, let's have a look. The best thing you have is your fingers, if you keep them long enough. They're very sensitive. You can actually measure with them once you get the hang of it. A little bit more. Come down. Let's put a gauge on there. When you come down, let's come down 200ths. Good job. Feel it there. Okay. Beautiful. As I was telling you, your finger can feel. Beautiful. Okay, next. Now, I'm going to put a chamfer in there so that will help. The chamfering tool. Let's see if this one here will do the job. Right, and then this one here. Get the little stopper there, X backwards, then you turn it, it spreads it, you release it. When you want it, you can set it here. This will do your height gauge. All right. Right. These are the quirks of this machine, the big one, which are wonderful. Okay, so you've got a separate tool. This slides in and out, whatever thing. I had to make this one because we didn't have one when it came. So set it up. Let's go up. Come up against there. Set up this tool. Stick it out just a little bit more. And there's a groove in there so it locates. Just nip it in. Now you've got that tool. You have not upset your tool now that's set to size. So your job is now, so when we do all 6 cylinders, there's no more issues. You don't have to worry about resetting this tool. You don't have to worry about anything. And then we have the chamfering tools, which are these ones, which once that's done, you just screw that in and your job's done. So let's see how we go. Can we see? Yeah. Okay, here we come down. And then I've got the crank handle to go down a little bit by hand because, you know, you can't trust the thing. You'll hit it down and it'll go too deep. So I've got a VW Beetle push rod, nice aluminium thing so it doesn't damage anything. Okay, so that's looking good. We're sitting above the, slightly wider than the liner. Now we're going to just double check that we don't hit anything here, because it's close, but like they say, clearance is clearance. So we'll just come down. You can see here now, coming in. One. What happened there? Right, we're in. Right, well, we're just going to take the handle off. Now we can put the automatic feed on and get my feeler gauge, so we don't have to do it by hand. This thing will take the cut, no problem. Going down. So we hit the feeler gauge. And close. Go back into neutral. I'm going to come down. Close. Pin it there. Getting close. Come down See there, just started wiping the dust off. Beautiful. We're there, nearly there. A little bit more. A little bit more. Beautiful. All right, we go up. All right, now we're going to remove this. See the tool. So I made that, welded a piece of carbide in there, raised a piece of carbide in there. So it's all slotted so it can move up and down. And then there's a slot. There's a slot here in the machine built for it. So it sits inside there and centralizes itself. The machine didn't come with that one. Or they either lost it when I bought the machine. Now we've got these, at least these tapered ones were there. And give it a little nibble up. Right there. Come down. And okay, I need to move it. One. I think it's one. Maybe this is. Okay, we've got the wrong one now. See that slightly taller. This is the shorter one. Will do the trick. By hand, otherwise. There. Make sure that you've got your clearance, as I say. Clearance is clearance. Alright, then you're now going to get the dial gauge, this unit here. So these now you've got to tie it, then it loosens it. Okay, when you loosen it, it locks it. Okay, so we're going to come down. And as we touch down, now you've got to listen with your ears. Coming. Right, I think we've touched down. Now we're going to throw that down, bring that down, and release that. Tune that one there. Zero the dial gauge. We can come down. You can see now. Take it down. Take it down to half a mil. Beautiful. And then I'll show you. Here's my VW push rod, so you don't damage anything. So what happens with this one, the micrometer, this is your micrometer for this machine. So this thing will go in here, come up against the tool, then you'll lock it in position, and then you can adjust it, and you've got your normal micrometer there, and then you've got your 1/100th of a millimeter there also, and you've got them there, but this is more accurate, very accurate gauges. And depending on how far you're out, you can adjust the height. If you've got a tool hanging down, if you want to do it blind cylinder, you can have a tool hanging down, this thing will reach. So you've got all the options, which is what they should have put on these newer machines. So, right. So now I'll carry on and bore the rest of these, and we should be good. Okay, and yeah, we can check. We've got 5/100ths to go before 0. 5.5 So we'll hone that out and bring it all back to size. Right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, like, and share. Ciao.